From being the first American to win an LPGA major since 2018 to holding the lowest scoring average in all of golf, Nelly Korda is one of the finest talents the game has ever seen. And she never ceases to amaze the crowd with every game she plays. But from signing multi-million-dollar endorsement deals to suffering from a rare disease that almost took her life, here are 10 things you didn't know about Nelly Korda. Number 10. What else could be better than starting the year with 2 mega contracts? You see, while the PGA Tour has generally been the place for record-breaking signings year in and year out, the LPGA is set to wrestle that title away, and one of the LPGA's biggest names is on the move this year. When Nelly Korda became ranked number 2 in the Rolex women's ranking, it was only normal for her to attract attention. Not just any kind of attention, the type that will have you smiling to the bank after penning your signature to 2 multi-billion-dollar brands. But this came at the cost of terminating her deal with J. Lindeberg, a Swedish clothing company. Korda was quick to make her appeal deal with Nike Golf official, with a social media post confirming a multi-year agreement with the brand. And when you thought that'd be all for the signings, Korda made an even more intriguing move, inking a multi-year deal with TaylorMade Golf. Nelly was formerly the highest-profile brand ambassador on Titleist's LPGA staff. But when her bio got removed from Titleist's website, it became obvious she was an equipment-free agent, and it didn't take long for TaylorMade to send her an offer. While taking a swipe at her former sponsors, Korda said that she took the opportunity to take her game to a new level with TaylorMade's equipment. The multi-year deal will have Nelly playing a bag full of TaylorMade clubs with its TP5 ball, have a company-branded staff bag, and wear TaylorMade branded headwear. While the golf world celebrates her record-breaking deal, not many know that the world number 2 holds the lowest scoring average. Number 9. Korda had the lowest scoring average on tour, averaging 68.774 in her 62 rounds, beating Ko Jin Young, the money list winner, who averaged 68.886 in her 67 rounds. Korda later finished second on the money list with $2,382,198 to Ko Jin Young, who had $3,502,161. Nelly kept winning tournaments that saw her constantly smiling to the bank. But when fans heard she had been booked for a surgery, everyone thought her career was coming to an end. Number 8. You see, everything was going on perfectly smoothly at Ponte Vedra Beach, where Nelly was having a photo shoot and commercial appearance. Soon, she had this funny feeling in her arm, but shoved it aside, as one of those things. But when the feeling persisted, she called the family doctor, who persuaded her to get herself checked. Nelly got in touch with a specialist in Sarasota, Florida. Through the help of the PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan, Korda went to the ER for an ultrasound, and that was when she realized she had to undergo emergency surgery. Korda immediately went in for the procedure and was all beaming with smiles when she updated her fans on her Twitter page that she successfully underwent surgery for a blood clot. While speaking to the press in Southern Pines, North Carolina, at the 77th U.S. Open's Open at Pine Needles Lodge and Golf Club, Korda said she went through a lot of rehabs with her coach, Jamie Mulligan, by her side, who wanted to see her recover.
Actually out to California for a month, did rehab there, worked with my coach, Jamie Mulligan.
After the incident, Nelly would earn her first LPGA win of the season and regain her spot as number 1 on the world rankings. Nelly did conquer the LPGA Tour, but when she took on someone bigger than her, it was obvious this lady had a lot of guns. Number 7. Nelly's silky smooth golf swing is a thing of beauty, and her every move is fluid and elegant, like she was born with a gift of swinging clubs. And the latest tour player to realize that is Jordan Spieth. At the PNC Championship, Jordan and his dad Sean, who were paired with Korda and her father, just couldn't contain the excitement of playing alongside Nelly and the legendary Peter Korda. Jordan was particularly impressed with her swing and likened it to playing with Adam Scott. "I've always been a fan of Nelly's game, and her swing is so amazing. It's like playing with Adam Scott," Jordan said. Nelly went on to say playing with her dad is an experience she always looks forward to.
Experience to play together with my dad, and I think we're just going to enjoy every moment that we get to spend on the golf course.
Everyone seems to be a fan of Korda's swing, but what if I told you she learns from the best? Number 6. You could take the golf world by storm and carve your name deep into the game. But when you encounter your idol, the fangirl and child in you will always find its way out. Nelly Korda felt the exact same way when she came across her idol.
I don't know if it's together or how they want to. I think he wants to be alone. You know? That's a Nelly, you know.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Korda meekly approaches Tiger and says, "Hi, Tiger," like a schoolgirl approaching her celebrity crush before asking for a photo. "Nelly," Tiger said, as if they were old friends. "Yeah, you got it. Done deal." It turns out Korda's first major championship was only a start of what was to come. Number 5. With the motivation from her idol, Korda leaves little doubt about who's the best in women's golf. Nelly Korda won the gold medal in a tightly contested final round at the Japan Olympics. Nelly held her nerve during a chaotic pursuit for medals, calmly taking 2 putts from just inside 30 feet for a one-shot victory. "With golf, it's so different because you're always on the lookout for your next event," Nelly said. "It hardly gets to kind of sink in. But when I look back, it's just crazy. And guess what else is crazy? Nelly has a sister who is just as good as she is at golf." Number 4. Jessica Korda, Nelly's elder sister, was a member of the U.S. Junior Solheim Cup and the U.S. Curtis Cup teams in 2009 and 2010 respectively. As an amateur, Jessica won the 2010 South Atlantic Amateur and made the cut at the 2008 and 2009 U.S. Women's Opens. Korda finished tied for 19 in her U.S. Open debut in 2008, where she shot the only round in the 60s on Sunday, shooting a 69. Jessica finished runner-up at the 2010 U.S. Women's Amateur. And that's not all. She represented the Czech Republic in the World Amateur Team Championship Espirito Santo Trophy in 2006 and represented the United States in 2010, finishing tied for 4th individually and silver medalist with her team. Can you relate to the feeling of watching a sport you really don't like to play? Yeah, Jess can.
Loved watching tennis. I loved just being around it. I just did not like playing it. And I enjoyed golf.
Nelly Korda is quite competitive, and it goes without saying that she comes from the world's greatest family of athletes. Number 3. The Korda sisters have a sort of bond that's not unique among siblings, and they are unique in the level of commitment they have to each other. But first things first, the family. Born in Prague, Czechoslovakia, Peter Korda was a left-handed tennis champ who made it to the French Open finals at Roland Garros in 1990, where he, unfortunately, lost to Jim Courier. Peter would win the Australian Open 6 years later and reached number 2 in the world rankings. His wife and mother of the Kordas, Regina Rydercup, was also a tennis star who represented Czechoslovakia at the Seoul Olympic Games in 1988 and ranked 26th in the world. After retiring from the courts, the couple who became U.S. citizens settled in Bradenton, Florida, where the Korda sisters took a shine to Peter's retirement pastime, golf, while Sebastian, their son, followed in his parents' footsteps. Sebi won the 2018 Australian Open title in the boys division and is now at a career-high ATP singles ranking of number 50. But Nelly is different from the rest of her family in a very shocking way. Number 2. You see, while Sebi and Jessica started playing their respective sports at an older age, Nelly actually started playing golf seriously when she was just 6 years old. Korda frequently took lessons 3 to 4 times a week. Maybe she was too young for that rigorous exercise, or maybe she wasn't, but it did get her ready for the lessons she would receive from the popular Bubba Watson. Number 1. At the U.S. Open at Torrey Pines, Bubba Watson revealed to the press the struggle he faces with his mental health and how he juggles golf and the rest of his life. Nelly drew inspiration as she was struggling to ensure golf didn't define her self-worth. While processing Watson's words, Korda was 34 under par over her last 108 holes. Along with her 3 victories at the time, she finished in the top 10 in 8 of 11 starts. Nelly Korda is not just an amazing golfer. She's well on her way to becoming the Tiger Woods of women's golf. And to every female willing to pick up golf professionally, here's what Nelly has to say.
See what others are doing. I would say that, just to stay on your own course and figure it out.
So did you learn something new about Nelly Korda and her private life? Let us know in the comments section below. For more intriguing golf content from us, click on one of these videos.